This is the main user interface for PARTsolutions version 10, consisting of three main areas. At the top is a search area with a full text search, a catalog filter, and a variety of different search tools available through PARTsolutions. We also have a tree view of the catalogs to the left, and in the middle is an icon view of the same catalogs we have installed. PARTsolutions offers over 700 different supplier, standard, and internal parts catalogs. Taking a closer look at the NAS catalog, we see that the catalog has already been classified per the standard. This consists of different folder levels for different types of parts. Taking a closer look at the bolts folder, we get a preview for each standard, in addition to the ability to hover over and get a nice rotatable 3D preview of the part. Taking a closer look at a desired part, we can open the part in the part view window. In this display, we have a nice big 3D representation of the part with some dimensions on the representation. On the left-hand side is the attributes corresponding to this particular part, all of which in this case coming from the NAS standard. On top of which are custom fields. We can use these attributes to configure the part to our design specification. When we use the drop-down menu, the part is configured and the part number updates. Additionally, the 3D preview will update as configurations are made. When the part is as configured, we can create a PDF datasheet for each part. PARTsolutions offers the ability to create unique PDF datasheets for configured parts. This consists of a 3D preview of the part, requiring no additional Adobe plugins. We also have a 2D drawing layout with the dimensions of the part, in addition to the descriptors and the part numbers as configured in the PARTsolutions software. Now that we have the part we are looking for, we use the Transfer to CAD button to export this part into our CAD system, in this case, SOLIDWORKS. Now that the part has been generated, we simply specify an area within the assembly to drop the created component. Once in SOLIDWORKS, we can use the mating features from the CAD system to position the part as if we had modeled it. If we take a closer look at this part, we can see that it is indeed native geometry, in addition to the property card being populated with the fields that we had configured in the PARTsolutions software. So now let's take a look at some of the search features offered by PARTsolutions. First, we will start with a broad text search. In this case, a castellated nut. We have a variety of different search results from different catalogs. We can quickly filter these results to a specific standard and continue to add keywords to our search. As we add more keywords, we see the system has highlighted the matching fields. Taking a look at the details of the resulting parts, we can see here the attributes that we had seen previously on the part view screen. We can use these links to launch a variable search, assign an operator to a specific value for a desired attribute, or we can select the attribute directly from the field, adding it to our search. Now we have filtered down our search results to one part, and we can access this in our assembly. Here we have the two parts that were previously exported from PARTsolutions. For our third example, let's take a look at an internal part. Now this could be a part that you had designed and is part of your intellectual property. We're going to be looking at an L bracket to maybe cover that gear on the back side of the assembly. So we'll clear out of our previous search results, and to do this we're going to be using the sketch search. Now L brackets can be tricky because they could be called a variety of different things. When faced with that scenario, the sketch search provides you the ability to use a general shape to describe the part that you're looking for. Now with this profile, we have a variety of different parts from supplier catalogs. I'm going to go in and assign a filter to just look at internal parts. Again, these would be the parts that you had designed and saved within your workspace. Now we have the resulting parts that meet pretty closely the sketch that I had entered into the sketch search tool. We also have a percentage indication of how close the matches are. We have a few different parts with holes and some without. So we'll launch the topology search and add a condition specifying the number of holes in our bracket. In this case, I'm looking for at least 2 holes. As we can see, the system has filtered out the blank brackets. Now we can also add another condition corresponding to the largest dimension of the part, in this case, the long side of the L bracket. Let's say I know that I need it to be at least less than 60 millimeters. Now we have one resulting bracket that looks like it might meet our design criteria. To verify that, all we would need to do is now access this part in our CAD system. Now let's take a look at an example where we have some rules associated to what parts we can access. With PARTsolutions, we can set up a variety of different user roles. In this case, I switched to a mock engineer type role. Immediately we see some color coding of our catalogs. Green meaning that parts can be accessed from that catalog, red meaning that there aren't any, and orange meaning that it is a preferred supplier. In this scenario, we are going to be looking for a match on this supplier part, a bearing, where let's say the supplier fell through, or we would look for an alternative. We can use the geometric search button directly from our integrated PARTsolutions ribbon in the CAD system to run a geometric search on this bearing. Similar to the sketch search, we have a percentage indicator of how closely the resulting parts are to the searched part. And immediately we can identify that we have a pretty high match on a preferred supplier part. If we don't trust the percentage indication, we can use the part comparison tool in PARTsolutions to put the parts side by side in a 3D viewing window, in addition to a side-by-side table where we can compare the attributes of the two parts. We can overlay the components, as well as add up to 10 different parts to cross-shop in this part comparison table compare. If this bearing might meet our design criteria, we can take a look at that. We can take a look in the part view window and try to access this part. However, it indicates that we do not have the rights corresponding to the red indicator in the lower left. In my example, all I need to do is add some additional information to be able to access this part. I will assign the ERP number, set the release status to release, and enter some supplier information. We see that the fields have been populated, our indicator changed to green, which means we now have the ability to access this part in our assembly. Once generated, we can place the part and replace the old component. This feature highlights how easy it can be to use the geometric search capabilities to replace parts in assemblies, in addition to showing what is possible with the PARTsolutions configurations and how PARTsolutions can be used to help drive designers to use preferred parts from preferred suppliers.